Welcome back to episode 2 of the Natural 9 Ingredient Shakedown,
where we deep dive into our skincare ingredients to explain exactly what they are and what they do for your skin.
When I say zinc oxide, what's the first image that pops into your head? For me, it's a cricketer or a lifeguard with a thick stripe of white paint on their nose.
It's a classic image, but while zinc is famous for sun protection, it is actually a powerhouse ingredient for anyone with sensitive skin, not just people at the beach.
It's often the case that getting the basics right can make general life easier, because when you have a skin flare-up, or worse, when you have a baby screaming with nappy rash, it feels chaotic. Sometimes it's overwhelming.
It does. Inflammation is essentially the skin screaming for help. It's hot, it's angry, and it actually raises your cortisol levels. It is stressful.
And this is where I think zinc is underrated. It isn't just a barrier, it's a silencer.
Yes, zinc oxide is the biological white flag of peace. It doesn't just sit there, it actively signals the skin to stop the inflammatory response. It cools the heat.
So it breaks the cycle?
It turns the volume down. Whether it's the burning of eczema or the sting of a rash, zinc brings the skin back to a baseline of calm.
And for a parent, that moment when the crying stops or the itching stops, that is everything.
Exactly. A calm skin barrier leads to a calm baby, and usually a much calmer parent.
I think we often pigeonhole zinc as a nursery ingredient, but I've been using our cream on my own dry patches lately.
And that makes perfect sense. Zinc oxide serves a dual purpose, as we have seen. First, it soothes irritation, whether that's from windburn, chafing after a run, or just generalized sensitivity. Zinc helps calm that inflammation down immediately.
And the second role?
Zinc also protects. Zinc oxide provides a physical protective barrier. Think of it less like a lotion that vanishes and more like a breathable shield. It locks moisture in and keeps environmental aggressors out.
So, if I have a compromised skin barrier, maybe from over-exfoliating or harsh weather, this acts as a reset.
Exactly. It cushions the skin. It's safe for newborns, and that claim is really just the ultimate proof of safety. If it's safe enough for a newborn, it's the gold standard for an adult with hypersensitive or reactive skin.
But here is the fear for most adults, the texture. We don't want to walk around looking like ghosts with sticky white paste on our faces or hands.
That ghost effect usually comes from cheap fillers or unbalanced formulas. Remember, we use the power of 9, exactly 9 ingredients, no fillers.
How does that solve the stickiness?
We balance the zinc with coconut oil for deep hydration and, crucially, arrowroot powder.
Ah, the arrowroot. That's for absorption.
Yes, it gives the cream a consistency that absorbs beautifully rather than sitting heavily on the skin. It allows you to get the barrier protection of zinc without feeling greasy or chalky.
So, practically speaking, who is this for?
Everyone. It's for the laborer working out in the elements. It's for the gardener with cracked knuckles. It's for the person with eczema-prone skin who needs a non-toxic solution. And yes, it's still perfect for nappy rash, but it deserves a spot on your bathroom shelf, not just the changing table.
I think I'm having flashbacks of my chemistry classes and periodic tables. I need to know, where does this actually come from? When I see zinc oxide on a label, it sounds a bit industrial. Is it a chemical we just invented?
Not at all. It is actually born from the earth. In its natural state, it's a mineral called zincite. And while we refine it for purity today, humans have been using this mineral for thousands of years.
Thousands?
Oh yes. Ancient Indian Ayurvedic texts from 500 BC describe a healing salve made from zinc called pushpanjan, which is used to treat eyes and open wounds. The ancient Greeks and Romans used it too. So when you put this on your skin, you are actually using one of the oldest recorded medical treatments in human history.
That is incredible. It really is ancestral skincare. But fast forward to 2025, I keep seeing the phrase non-nano on our packaging. What does that mean?
That is the most important safety question you could ask. Nano refers to the particle size. Many modern sunscreens use nano zinc, where the particles are so tiny they rub in invisible, but they can be small enough to potentially enter the bloodstream.
Which is exactly what we don't want for a newborn.
Precisely. We use non-nano zinc oxide. These particles are larger, specifically larger than 100 nanometers. This means they are physically too big to penetrate the skin barrier. They integrate safely on top, doing exactly what they are supposed to do, protecting you without entering your system.
It really is the multitasking hero.
Simple, effective, and protective.
If you've discovered a surprising use for our cream, maybe as a hand mask or for post-shave irritation, let us know. Join our community with a like and follow.
We'll see you in the next ingredient shakedown.